Heartily welcome to you once again. The Bagalkoti program of this 3 weeks training program on use of modern tools in social science research for faculty members and PhD scholars. Not a complete valedictory, it's a valedictory for offline course for 2 weeks. Heartily welcome to you. I welcome on behalf of CMDR and on behalf of my own on behalf of participants. Today's chief guest Professor S. Bagalkoti sir, a hearty welcome to you sir. Now I will tell about the brief of the training program. The use of modern tools in social science research has been emerged an important tool and an important issue in the recent years. In the world where many countries have implemented this and many researchers all over the world and different universities have implemented the use of modern tools in social science research. But with respect to the Indian social science research, it is comparatively less. In this context, many even recently state government and central governments have given much importance. Along with that, university has also given much importance. In this direction, CMDR has also made attempt to train the students with respect to the use of modern tools in social science research. As you have already known, and then in the inauguration session also we have told that what are the things we are going to teach, the COPO, QGIS, and then construction of indices and econometrics. Most of that, then review of literature related thing, and AI, how AI can be used for your research work. In this context, we have completed these 2 weeks. So I hope this training program has helped you a lot in the development of your career in the social science research. This is about the program. Now we will inaugurate this program with lighting the lamp. I request Professor S. Bagalkoti to join for the lighting lamp. Now I request participants to share your views and opinion about the training program. Now I request Dr. Brahmanandam to introduce the chief guest of today's program.
Thank you, Dr. And Dr. Bagalkoti I have been for the last 11 years. I joined this institution in 2013. So I'm not belongs to his subject, but I regularly visit to the university. Whenever I visit to the university, my utmost priority it was to meet first. Then after that, political science and social work and geography. So, and I just, as Prof.S. has told me, all of you are known to him, you know to them, they know. So therefore, I just, it is a very, very happy and privilege that Professor Bagalkoti, who is presently discharging as a registrar to the Haveri University. In addition to that economics, this is a new thing and it's a prestigious thing as. And on top of it, you have known is a head of the department, dean, then as well as the syndicate member, right? And another important thing, I don't know, because within the institution, heading a small, like a department or a dean, but IQAC is one of the important branch in the university which look after all the both social science as well as the science as well as law art. So that is an additional which is very, very important. So he was discharged as a chairman of that IQAC, that is. And he also guided almost 23 PhDs and he brought out 2 books and 80 papers and he carried out a good number of research projects from the ICSR, UGC, Ministry of Human Development, Karnataka and Karnataka University, other things. And for me, the most important thing, very prestigious thing is that he was the chief mobilizing development officer in monitoring and utilization of UGC grants and the compiling of 11th and 12th plan as well as RUSA proposal to Karnataka. That is a very, getting a money from outside, generally within the state government, whatever the allocated money, usually you get it. But getting a money under separate accounts, which is a key that he hold it both at the 11th plan as well as the 12th plan. And he is also actively involved in the NAC and AAA committee. So this is the small brief about the Professor Bagalkoti sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Brahmanandam. Now I request participants to share their views about the program. Told, sir, we have told that. Be specific, first point. What you learn is second point. We don't want the food, we don't want anything like what are the sessions, what exactly you learn, what you wanted, so that we can improve our whatever the feedback. Don't talk about anything about the food and accommodation, all these things. Talk what you have learned, what you find gap. So these are.
Sometimes food also maybe.
It's a very good food already. CMDR food means it's a very good food. So there is no special certificate.
Very good afternoon to one and all. I am Manusakshi. I would like to share my 15 days opinion regarding 2 weeks training program on research methodology. So before going to come here, I know the value of money, free as well as paid. So this is my 16th workshop, which is free of cost. Before coming here, I attended more than 15 which were paid and learned many things from them. But the reason for opting for this is, first one, there was no money, and the second one, The concepts were very new. The one thing which was very new to me is QGIS. The remaining all concepts were revision for me. The selection of the resource person was really excellent. I learned so many concepts from each and every person. Even though the many concepts were revision for me, from each and every resource person, I got one new thing that was validation to me, and I'll take more and more insights from this, and I will share it with others because many of my friends could not come to attend for this workshop. So I assure that I will share this knowledge with them. Thank you, one and all.
Namaskaram sir, I am Arun Kumar Raju from Central University, Karnataka sir. We are newly joined PhD scholars sir. We came here with empty minds and we thought we learned something. But we came here now, we learned something. I can't say everything. See sir, this program provided valuable insights sir, in modern research tools and as well as organized and informative. But however, it is primarily focused on one subject, on economic risk. See, with no sessions with legal experts and addressing legal research. This lack of representation made it challenging for legal scholars. We are legal scholars here, 3 from Central University. Since law is also a fundamental part of social science, I think, maybe I don't know, its law is also social science. Maybe under next time sir, this is my suggestion and my request, please bring some law experts, because in every part, in economics, commerce, anywhere, law is also, there is a part, even our guidelines of UGSC, it's also a law. Next time, my senior also he told me there is nothing about legal research, but I learnt this in SPSS, QGS. It is also, we benefited from this session, and we will apply in our legal research also, that could go to. And the main thing sir, sorry to say, that language problem, just I think 2 weeks we joined in CUK. I have some language problem within explanation. Please use some words English. I understand Kannada, but South Kannada. This is Urdu Kannada, I can't understand. Next time sir, please ensure some, we have some language barrier. Next time I will learn, please use some English language. That's it sir. Thank you.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗುಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ ಟು ಆಲ್. ನಾವು ಈ ವರ್ಷದ KVD ನ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂದರೆ SPSS ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, EVUs ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ರೆಟಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಅನದರ್ ಒನ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಟಾಟಾ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕೋ ಅದು ನಮಗಿಲ್ಲಿ CMDRಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು CMDR ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ CMDR ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಉತ್ಸಾಹ ಇತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಹ 6 ಗಂಟೆವರೆಗೂ 6:30ವರೆಗೂ ನಮಗೆ ಕಲಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಿದ್ದು ಸರ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಿದ್ದು ಸರ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಅದನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ ನಾವು CMDRಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮುಂದೆ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಈ CMDR ಏನು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ 21 ಡೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಫುಲ್ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಸಿಕಂದರ್ ಚೌಹಾಣ್ ಅಂತ, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಕಲಬುರಗಿ. ರೀಸೆಂಟಾಗಿ PhD ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮನ್ನು ಬರೆದು ಬಂದಿದ್ವಿ. ನಾವು PhD ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತು, ಆದರೆ PhD ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು PhD ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿವಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ವರ್ಕ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, PhD ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತು PhDಯನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರಬೇಕು, ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿಯನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಪೋಸಲ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮತ್ತು ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಥೀಸಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹಂತಗಳನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿದ್ದು ಸರ್ ಅವರು 1ನೇ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಬಂದು ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್
You mentioned Shahmad Rifai from Kerala, currently pursuing my PhD in law from Central University of Karnataka. As my colleague said that we are in initial stage of my research. My very first challenge was fixing my synopsis and my topic, fixing my research area and topics, everything. When I'm coming here, my mind was full of confusion regarding this, and at present I can say that from here itself I have changed my topics, and I was thinking about my area, I was thinking about my samples like this. It means I have got more things from here, and I can go through a review of literature, even steps of research I can follow from the classes, and every session was very fruitful, and I can gain more and more. That one thing is, it is not part of CMDR or this training, it is part of my area. As a legal area, I couldn't follow some, I was not able to follow some formula like this, even though I was trying to catch something from those classes, and those are recorded and I can follow from this one. And special thanks for all facilities given for CMDR and other department, all staffs, especially our Siddhu sir, because he was understanding. I was fasting last 10 days. When I see his face, he knows me and I know what is he saying. He was allowing me to go out like that if there is need. But he was very key booster to me to present every class, and also I can talk very unique thing that every resource person's parts unique and very fruitful. I could learn very much from here. Thanks all of the teams. Thanks once again. Thanks my colleagues. As there, I got very good friends by this community. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Dr. Durgappa. I completed the PhD from Kuanpu Institute 2015. Before I look into the join for this 3 weeks refresher course, I am looking for the information brochure. Is a very excellent, and that should be fulfilled from the faculty side. And I am very glad to regarding the all faculty, sir. And whatever Shilpa madam will be there, Shweta madam, and Shanmukha sir, and all other Rapa sir especially, all are very humble in nature and very good with respect to the not only for the research but also outside perspectives. And we learn for especially Brahman sir case studies. Case studies is very excellent, sir. We are going to learn all those things, and it's a practical based experience that. and focus group discussion. We are going to discuss that Ramapasa. They are very clearly outside how you are going to collecting. And before that, I joined for these classes. I entered for the Swayam portal for SPSS beginners. There is a there. It is too much difficult, but that is our 10 minutes. Siddhu sir is doing very well, very easily evaluating. That's a variable data, and all those data will be very easily understood. That will be I am very happy for learn for that, sir. Thinking is very different, but giving the very simplest way, that is a very important issue, sir. And we are learned from the Siddhu sir from various aspects. Thank you for your guidance, sir. I will inculcate all those things for the future. Thank you.
So last one from the same Karnataka State Academic University, four scholars present, and on behalf of all the research scholars and faculty, I would like to thank CMDR, the director of CMDR, Dr. Bagalkoti, and the coordinator, Siddhu Ganpati sir, and other faculty of CMDR and all the staff. It's our immense gratitude and appreciation towards the successful completion of 2 weeks offline class for the use of modern tools in social science research. Really you have given the justification and justice for the title, and we all research buddies are going to learn many more things in the modern research tools, and we are also expecting even more classes in the online classes. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you.
1 minute, sir. I also want to express my gratitude for Prabhakar, sir. I go for the chamber regarding all the discussions, very fruitful discussions, sir. Sir, I really impress your thought-provoking issues, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, sir. Sir, myself, Ganesh Gowri. I am working as assistant professor at Government Faculty College, Navalman, sir. So, I have learned so many things here, sir. Because of my job assignments, I could not attend my coursework as a regular thing, sir. So, this course was more like a coursework for me. So, I have learned many things, many statistical tools. I did not know anything about SPSS, right from SPSS to other tools like Stata, sir. So many things. One uniqueness of this program is the hands-on training, sir, which we do with our laptops. That is very unique. And so I congratulate all the team, CMDR, right from Siddhu sir to Director sir to and all the supporting staff. So thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much. So we have to improve. We also have to improve with respect to the legal and law. That online person will become two sessions are there in the online session. I don't talk about that. And then talking about Canada, so most of the people are from Karnataka. So I dishabituated. What that cannot be stopped. So I talk in the next day. Any single participant is there. Definitely we will also develop. Thank you very much. Now I request Prof.S. Bagalkoti to give his valedictory address.
Namaste. Dr. Siddhu Ganpati, coordinator of this 3-week training program on use of modern tools in social research. Dr. Brahmananda, Dr. Prabhakar, Dr. Pratik, and other faculty members of CMDR, and my very dear participants. I am honored to be with you today for this valedictory session. In fact, I had prepared a lecture of my own. Looking at the ambience, I just gave up. But I assure you, had I given the lecture, it would have been a different word. That's a different thing. Okay? But anyway, I am not going to deliver that lecture. In fact, research is an activity which has to be practiced by everybody at every time. Whether it is for a degree or for certain knowledge or for application of knowledge to day-to-day activities, research has to be done by everybody. But of course, we don't call that research. We call it by some other name. Any new thing that you are doing, any different thing that what we call as innovation, that's also part of research. But since you are going for a degree or for some particular activity like preparing a dissertation or a project report, etc., we call it as research in formal sense. Okay. And what you learn, in fact, I appreciate the efforts made by CMDR to design the program in such a manner that it was interesting to you, which gave you certain things to carry back home. That was what all of you told. Of course, social science being a very broad category of subject. Now there will be many subjects which will be included in it, and some subjects obviously may be treated marginally. Maybe, as my friend said about law, they will be treated marginally. But what I got from the other opinions was that the basic things like selection of a problem, conducting a review of literature, then preparation of a conceptual framework, then preparation of questionnaire, then conducting of field work, analysis of data, writing the report, etc., which are the basic steps in any research, have been covered. And I am a person who believes that learning the research and methodology is not a one-point agenda. It should be continuous. It should be regularly. Because all of these are tools. And the tools should be regularly sharpened. And to sharpen your tools, you need to learn them and you need to use them. So unless you make use of the tools, you will not be able to progress better in your research career. In fact, my guide, incidentally, who is also the guide of Professor Adivar, used to say, see, research or doing PhD is not for the sake of a degree. You should develop into independent researchers. So what do you mean independent research? We should be able to identify a problem. We should be able to identify a framework for the problem. In fact, each discipline has its own framework. So economics has its own framework. Of course, derived from the theories which we teach or learn. Political science has its own framework. Sociology has its own framework. Law has its own framework. So each discipline has its own framework. So from the problem is there, then you have to develop a framework. And to develop that framework, you have to conduct a very extensive review of literature. Very extensive review of literature. And that should be more of current literature. You know, when I was young, in the sense when I began my career, my teachers used to say, one generation is 20 years. One generation is for 20 years. So for every 20 years, everything goes on changing. But if you look at the rate of change now, it is not 20 years. It has come down to hardly 4 or 5 years. The rate at which the knowledge is increasing. But if you read the World Social Science Report, which is published every year by World Social Forum, in 2010, it reported that the doubling time of knowledge was around 2.5 years then. But now it has come down to less than a year. So that is the kind of change that we are going about. So when we think of review of literature, it has to be most modern. Because what happens is, if you are not aware of what is being done at other places, there will be mere repetition. And many times we commit the same mistakes what the other person also might have committed. So that is why once you identify a problem, you should be able to prepare a framework based on a very extensive review of literature. So once you have a framework, you have the variables. Once you have the variables, you have the indicators. Once you have the indicators, you know where the data has to be collected. If it's the secondary data, then what are the sources? If it's the primary data, then what is the sampling design? And what is the data collection technique? So accordingly you go. And fortunately for primary data, now tools like Kobo, SurveyMonkey, Google Forms, there are many things which are available. And thanks to the ICT tools, Now everything is made quite easy, quite mechanical. Now when I say easy, it's not a shortcut. I say easy, it's not a shortcut, but it saves a lot of repetitive tasks, saves a lot of monotony, and improves your efficiency. That's what I mean. When I say it's easy, it is towards improvement of efficiency rather than as a shortcut. For example, I hope, how many of you use ChatGPT? Almost all. Yes. Whenever there is something to be looked into or something is prepared, we directly go to either Google or ChatGPT and we do that. Now it is not that ChatGPT is there and it will do the things for us. We use it as an assistant. Again, it's a tool. It's a tool. From that tool, we try to develop our certain things. So whatever things have been taught to you in the classes, in the lectures by you by different resource persons, are merely tools to sharpen yourselves. So the kitty which you have, now you have very sharper tools. So once your data collection is over, then your tabulation becomes quite easy because of the spreadsheet packages you have, whether it is Excel, SPSS or R or even Jasper, whatever tools you think of. The spreadsheet packages are available to you, wherein you can make a bigger table, you can make cross tabulation, you can make pivot tables, and you can create visualizations, you can create dashboards. So things are so easy. Now if you go on doing these things, it will definitely be of a very, very great help to you. And once you have the tables, and in this context I have to tell you one more point, and that is, nowadays we have been hearing a lot about youth unemployment. Why even engineering graduates are not employed? Why? What is the reason for this? You all know, again I need not repeat that. It is because there is what is called a skill mismatch. What the skills required by the industrialist or the business is not what we give to you. But now it's a chance for you to develop such skills. Again, I am referring to World Employment Report, World Global Employment Report, released in January. Just go through it and see what are the skills which are weaning away, which are losing in importance, and which are rising in importance. So focus on those skills, and the skills invariably are machine learning, data analytics. And thanks to the course, you are now aware of SPSS, you are now aware of, I think, R also to some extent, you are aware of QGIS, be aware of QGIS. Along with that, learn some data visualization tool also. Maybe you have tried to, you have Microsoft Power BI. So learn some data visualization tool also, which will help you to become good data analysts. So you should know what kind of data is there, what tool has to be used to analyze the data, what statistic has to be developed, what statistic has to be derived from that, and what kind of charting should be made. So once you do that, writing becomes quite easy. Now even if you just put a table into ChatGPT, it will analyze and give. But again, that is not the final one. As a researcher, because you know what are the research questions, you know what has been done by earlier people, and you know how was the data collected, you know what methodology you have used. So based on that, you need to analyze. ChatGPT will give you, it's a mechanical reply which comes from ChatGPT. But again, we have to sit with it and refine the things. What I am saying is, use tools. That is not a bad thing, but don't leave it to the tools alone. You have to build upon it. So when nothing happens, that tool comes to you as a savior. So from there, you take it as a launch pad and then go ahead. And once you write, and there are many of you who are from Kannada background or who are from vernacular background, whatever may be your language. Now, the English is not our language, so you may not be very conversant in English. So again, there are tools which will correct the language, which will make it technical, which will make it layman friendly, which will make it whatever journal or whatever purpose you are, accordingly it will make it. So what I need to suggest is, along with this, whatever tools you have learned, now try to embed AI tools with that. And for every step, you have multiple AI tools. Free versions are there, paid versions are there. Go with, because for you, free versions are okay. And you can choose which tool is better for you. Because for review of literature, you have consensus, you have Elicit, you have Perplexity, you have it's a rabbit. Research rabbit. So again, your Google Scholar can be used for the same thing. And even the publication houses are using AI now, whether it is Web of Science or Scopus. They are integrating, your Google Scholars are integrating AI into them for searching, for summarizing, etc. So, and you can translate them also. If you are not able to understand, you can translate them into your language. So, likewise, what I am trying to mention is, you need to identify tools for the particular stage, and then use a tool which is of more help. That way, according to me, now you don't require a training program of like this. You don't require a training program of this nature. You don't require a guide also. You can be your own guide. You can learn on your own. You can definitely produce a very good piece of research. So, as a student of economics and as a student of research methodology, we had no access to all these kind of tools when we were doing research. And now I feel, of course, had we this kind of tools available with the time we have spent, in fact we spent almost 7 to 8 years in doing our research. So had we had these access to such kind of tools, our work would have been much more different. That's what we feel. Now the opportunity is with you. So please focus on your problem, and focus on your work. And I say maximum 3 years. With the kind of things available, 2 to 3 years is the time which you should take for completing your research. And in the process, I said learn the skills. Don't ever skip learning anything, because research methodology has to be continuously learned, continuously refreshed. So in that way, attend such courses, whether offline or online, that would help you. So continuously refresh your research methodology tools. Learn every time a new tool may come, a new approach may come. So learn that and apply it immediately. And apply it. And somebody said we will share it with our friends. I think it's not a Kumar. Yeah, somebody is right. It is. Yeah, Manjakshi said we will share it with our friends. That you have to do. So because when you discuss with your friends, you will come to know how much you know about it, and improvement is possible. So always research should be in a collaborative manner. Whether it is a tool, whether it is a questionnaire, whether it is a table, you have to always have interaction either with your friends or with your peers. Of course, if you interact with the guides, that is a different matter. But peer interaction is a very, very important thing. Sharing is very important. So please do this. You will have definitely a good future for you. In fact, I always say, I used to teach a research methodology class, and I used to say, doing research is like falling in love with that topic. Whatever topic you choose, you should fall in. You should know everything about it, how it behaves, who's it again, who's it with, who are others who are doing research in the same area. So you need to interact with them. So please fall in love with your topic, whatever it is, and finish it off, learn skills, and prepare yourself for a better future. So there is definitely a good future, and people are there to help you. Tools are there to help you. The whole internet is at your disposal. So make use of all these things and try to do good research. Last but not the least, be ethical in your approach. That's what I am saying. So cite everything, whatever you use. Cite whatever you use. Don't avoid citing, because in social science, originality is not at all possible. You are borrowing something from somebody else. So please, citing will not reduce your dignity. If you look at all the index journals, the list of reference will be larger than the body of the article. So citations will not be thing. So please cite, be ethical, and do well in your research. From wherever place you come, whichever subject you are doing, definitely you have good prospects for research and research skills. The only thing is, do it seriously and do it effectively. So I thank Dr. Sindhu and CPR for deeming it fit to include me in this particular direct session. I am very happy to interact with you, and I wish you once again very all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We have seen your lecture, sir. Students would have seen your lecture and an experience with your lecture. We missed it. That I hope in the days to come, we definitely have the lecture. He is a wonderful teacher. It always gives a great pleasure to hear hear from Professor S.P. Bagalkoti sir. Whatever it is, always it is new things, additional things, and then new modern tools. He knows more than what we know, he knows more than us. And thank you very much, sir, for giving a wonderful lecture. He has suggested you that use the tools carefully and then genuinely and then without losing your creativity. On behalf of all the participants, I thank you. Thank you, sir, very much. Now we vote of thanks on behalf of CMDR. I propose vote of thanks. First of all, I thank Professor S.P. Bagalkoti sir coming all both from Haveri University and giving a wonderful valedictory this one lecture. And then further, I thank all the participants, all the faculty members, Dr. Brahmanandan, Dr. J. Prabhakar, Dr. Lindapal, Dr. Prateek, and all the supporting staff, especially J. who has been with us from last 14 days, and all the my research assistants and students, Ramapas, Jima, and then all of you wholeheartedly. Thank you very much.
Sir, Arun is offering what